Small Business Awards at beautiful Shelburne Museum. And it's a lovely day to celebrate being in business in Vermont. We have 6 fabulously successful businesses that will be recognized. Our top honor today goes to Monica Green, Vermont Precision Tools, and that's up in Swanton, a fabulous company with over 300 employees. We also have 5 other businesses we're celebrating, and each one of them has brought a great commitment to the state. They want to be here. We have a very high index for entrepreneurship. Most people here are self-employed. Everyone wants to start a business, and these winners tonight have shown that you can scale up here and make a great success of being in business in Vermont.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the SBA Small Business Person of the Year Awards. My name is John Booten. I'm the publisher of Vermont Business Magazine and your co-host for tonight's event. At this time, I would like you all to rise for the singing of our national anthem by Rosie Newton from St. Albans, Vermont. Rosie sang God Bless America in front of 38,000 fans at Fenway Park on Vermont Day in 2011. Rosie?
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Rosie. That was incredible, Rosie. Thank you. Vermont Business Magazine is very pleased to host the SBA Awards at this beautiful location on Shelburne Museum, the Pizzagalli building. We are here to recognize the achievements of these outstanding individuals. Vermont is lucky to have their vision, their energy, and their commitment to a healthy and vibrant Vermont. Give them a hand. I would like to at this time recognize some special guests we have here tonight with us. Darcy Carter, the Vermont District Director, co-host of the event. We also have with us tonight Joan Goldstein, Vermont's Commissioner of Economic Development. And joining us here tonight, we have representatives from our congressional delegation, Chris Saunders, Senator Leahy's office. Jenny Nelson, Senator Sanders' office. And Megan Sullivan, Congressman Welch's office. We also have with us tonight a couple of past winners of the SBA Awards, including a national winner, Karen Cross from Fresh Track Capital. And last year's Exporter of the Year winner, John Schultz from Super Thin Saws. And in just a few minutes, we'll be joined by Governor Peter Shumlin who will be here to help celebrate the Small Business Person of the Year Awards. He's at another commitment right now, but we do expect him shortly. And now a few well-deserved thank yous are in order. First, I want to thank the Small Business Administration's office and its dedication to Vermont's small business community. The SBA is critical to the success of small businesses, and without their dedication, many Vermont businesses would not survive. I would also like to thank my staff at Vermont Business Magazine, who make this event such a great success every year. I want to take a moment to recognize the companies who helped make the event possible. Those are our sponsors. I would like to thank our promotional sponsor, Efficiency Vermont, for their support again this year. If you have not talked to Efficiency Vermont, I suggest you do. They can help make a bigger impact on your business with ideas and technical assistance for reducing your energy bills, which is very important. Our associate sponsor, the Vermont Economic Development Authority, VEDA, has sponsored this event since the first year we did it, which I believe was probably 15 years ago. So they've been a great supporter. And since 1974, VEDA has provided over $2 billion of financial assistance to Vermont businesses and farms. I would also like to thank Sound Vision, Third Generation Design, and Vermont Special Occasions who catered the event. The food was fantastic tonight. Thank you for your sponsorships. And now I would like to introduce Darcy Carter, the Vermont District Director of the SBA. Darcy?
Thank you, John. Welcome everybody, friends and family, and our winners above all. We're so proud of everybody that is an award winner today. It was a very competitive year. We had over 100 nominations, and that just says that our community is really raring to go and that we like to recognize our people. So bravo to everybody that nominated and won and all of that. I just wanted to mention a little bit about the award. You get the notice that you've been nominated, and then we tell you what you have to do, and you go, well, maybe I don't want to be nominated anymore. Because you have to put a big narrative together, which Monica Green was fast and furious about doing, and I don't know, she's a whirlwind anyway, so somehow she pulled it off in short order. And submit financial statements, which not everybody loves to do, but that's part of the process of validating your achievement. And so all of these companies today that got awards have proven their increase in sales, employees, their increase in profits, their net worth, response to adversity, contributions to the community, and their innovativeness of their product or service. So it really is a high benchmark, and it was a very competitive field. So that just tells you that they're really important people. So the other thing I wanted to mention is that even though everyone is in somewhat diverse industry that won this year, they all have a strong commitment to Vermont. And I just wanted to read a little bit about that. We have Allison Wright, who I understand started her company here in Shelburne, Owl Foods, and her husband got a job in Massachusetts, but she was very determined to still make her product in Vermont. So I believe she commutes from Massachusetts up to Brattleboro, which that's a commitment right there, so bravo. And we have Dawn Russell, who had a dream, I think she must be clairvoyant, that she would one day move to Vermont. And it happened, and she started her business here in Brattleboro, Artisan Web Imprint, and she's done extremely well. So that was another interesting connection to Vermont. Gordon Window Decor. Gordon is from Montreal, right? And decided to come to Vermont. I don't know if a light bulb went off or what. Gotta go. So he wanted to raise his family here, and so he started a business and just was selling custom window treatments one at a time, I think, and going home and making them like the shoemaker's elf, and producing them the next day and repeat. And he's grown exponentially now. His daughter is the president. Again, a family committed to having a business in Vermont with 26 employees. So that, again, is a great Vermont story. And Bill Ham, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Green Mountain Avionics, also is a native Vermonter. And he was in the Marines for 6 years and traveled far and wide and came back to America to work on planes, Cessnas out in California. Somehow found his way to New York and then to Vermont. And after working in avionics a couple of years, he said, well, I can do this on my own. And he started a business in Middlebury. And he does all this high technology upgrades and repairs to all the communication systems in the planes, which is important now that we know that people can hack anything and drive it. So I think it's good that we have somebody with a niche, that he's a highly technical skill and he's able to fly to other locations and do that work as well. But he wanted to be in Vermont, and I believe he lives in Lincoln or Bristol or something like that. So he's definitely a homeboy. And then there's Monica, who's got deep roots in Vermont and Swanton, and I think a little bit of her family's here today to talk her up, I hope. So we had a lovely time talking with Monica about the family, how it got started. And Swanton it's just a beautiful, fabulous, lovely part of Vermont. And every time you drive through it on a day like today, everyone wants to move there, I'm sure. But it's really difficult to come up with a company with 3 shifts of employees working hard every day. She's got at least, I think, 200 employees there. So it's just been a fantastic employer. Again, that big commitment to Vermont. Sure I haven't forgotten anybody. And Amy Matinat. She is called the Vermont Auto Girl, I think, Amy Matinat from Auto Craftsman. And she might have hailed from Ohio, but has adopted Vermont in every way possible, starting her business. Well, she actually has an interesting pathway to owning her business. She started as a bookkeeper, and then she became a part owner, and then took over the whole darn thing. And she's just a fabulous marketer and teaches other people how to do that. So again, a very strong commitment to Vermont and growing jobs here. So bravo to Amy. And so now, drum roll, we're actually going to present the awards. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to call you up after I read a little more about your company. The first award is the Vermont Micro Enterprise of the Year, which goes to Don Russell. It's called Artisan Web and Print in Brattleboro. Don Russell's Artisan Web and Print designs graphics, marketing material, and builds websites to design a visual and information-rich presence that is unique and catered to clients' objectives. Ms. Russell's experience managing art galleries and handcrafting fine jewelry and her web development skills served as a strong foundation to start her own business. Artisan Web and Print has gotten off to a fast start, nearly tripling its sales from 2012 to 2014. As a micro-enterprise, Ms. Russell has primarily done all of this on her own, but due to her successful growth, she took the next step and hired her first employee, a project manager, who's here today. So bravo for creating a job, 100% job growth. So Don, please come forward. Trying to do what the photographer said, and we already messed up. Just to go over there more.
I just do what I'm told.
Yeah, right. That's not really true, but okay, let us think that. Okay, so our next award is Vermont Young Entrepreneur of the Year, Allison Wright from Owl Food in Brattleboro. Even as a young girl, Allison Wright had an entrepreneurial spirit, going door to door to small businesses where she sold bagged lunches for $3.50. That spirit has carried over into young adulthood. In 2011, Ms. Wright started Owl Food. Its specialty is making original, wholesome, and locally sourced energy bars. Right. Each ingredient she uses is specifically chosen for nutritional benefits and for the ability to sustain energy levels naturally. Since 2011, Ms. Wright has doubled her production and sales each year. Each day, Ms. Wright and Caitlin Drennan, who Wright hired in 2014, another 100% job growth, handcraft each bar, place the labels on, and ship them out. To date, Owl sells to all 50 states and supplies more than 150 stores throughout the Northeast. Allison, please join us to accept your award. Congratulations. Okay, moving on. Our next award is Woman-Owned Business of the Year, Amy Matinette, auto craftsman from Montpelier. Growing up in Ohio, the owner of Auto Craftsman says she has motor oil in her blood and has always loved cars. For 20 years, Amy Matinette has been part of Auto Craftsman on State Street in Montpelier. Like I said before, she started as a bookkeeper in 1995, became part owner in 2004, and started laying the groundwork in 2008 to become the sole woman owner. Amy said that Auto Craftsman's success is due to having exceptional employees, offering top-notch service, and having an effective marketing plan. Her marketing skills are actually awesome. I've seen her give seminars. She's amazing. Auto Craftsman has 6 full-time employees, a part-time customer service rep and shuttle driver, and additional seasonal personnel. They will continue to offer excellent service, invest in employee education, and new tools and equipment to stay current with ever-changing automotive technology. Amy, please come forward with your employees, I believe, and we welcome you to receive your award.
I just want to give a shout out to my employees. As most small business owners know who have employees, your business is only as good as the people that work for you. And I have the best staff in the world. I just can't even thank you guys enough for your hard work and your dedication and being such a great team. I love you guys and thank you so much.
Our next award is Veteran-Owned Business of the Year, Bill Ham, Green Mountain Avionics, Middlebury. Customers come from all over the Northeast, including New York, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut, to have Green Mountain Avionics replace or update their planes' avionics. Mr. Ham learned about avionics during his Marine Corps service, and after working for other companies for over 20 years, he started his company in rented space at the Middlebury Airport in 2011. By 2014, he acquired a hangar, leased a new hangar, and purchased equipment and inventory. He also has a plane, which we didn't mention. Bill Hemp now has 5 full-time employees. For growing his business and hiring employees, Bill Hemp and Green Mountain Avionics is awarded the SBA Vermont Veteran-Owned Business of the Year. Please come forward and accept your award, Bill. Congratulations. And now we have the 2015 Vermont Family-Owned Business of the Year. We have Gordon and Diane Clements and Kelly Conklin from Gordon's Window Decor. 30 years ago, Gordon's Window Decor was a one-man operation. As I said, he sold the blinds, would make them and turn right around and deliver them. They manufacture blinds, shades, and curtains, including an EcoSmart, which is patented, and very energy efficient. Gordon's employs 26 employees, occupies a 12,400 square foot building now in Williston. They manufacture all of their own products. The future of the company lies in the hands of Gordon's daughter, Kelly Conklin. She's been part of the company since 2003 and has served in a variety of roles, including Chief Operating Officer and Retail Manager. Kelly was named the president in early 2015. Kelly's father said, while Kelly has only been president for a short time, she's been the one running the company and readying it for the future. This annual award honors a family-owned and operated business which has been passed from one generation to the next. Kelly says Gordon's Window Decor is a company that is family-owned, deeply committed to Vermont, and is focused on manufacturing, which is the type of company Vermont needs. Gordon and Kelly and Diane, please come up and accept the award for Family-Owned Business of the Year.
Can I put in a plug for living in Swanton?
And I just have to say I have a bit of beef with Amy because she may think she has the best staff in the world, but we actually have the best staff in the world at Gordon's. Thank you.
Now turn it back to John.
Thank you, Darcy. Well, we're still waiting for the governor to show up. We are going to have the congressional delegation come up. I don't know if you want to come up all at once or one at a time. Chris Saunders, Jenny Nelson, and Megan Sullivan.
Good evening. My name's Chris Saunders. I'm Senator Leahy's business liaison here in Vermont, and it's a real treat to be here on behalf of the senator to offer congratulations to all the businesses being recognized tonight. Senator Leahy spends a lot of time with businesses in Vermont. He believes that helping the economy grow here is really his #1 job. So we're meeting with businesses every day. We've met with many of you, most of you. We've been to your plant. We've eaten your products. We've talked to you about your business. So when we come to events like this with the SBA and Vermont Business Magazine, we can say with some confidence that those being recognized tonight and in previous years really are the best of what Vermont has to offer. I think as Darcy mentioned and talked about, there's a really rich diversity of folks being recognized tonight, and that is really tremendous to stop for a moment and celebrate because all of you that are being recognized really are worthy of being held up for other businesses, for others that are thinking of starting a business. You're inspirational for what you do, and it's worthy to take a moment and look at that and celebrate that. So thank you, SBA and Vermont Business Magazine, for holding this event, and thank you for everybody that was nominated, and keep up doing what you're doing. Congratulations.
Oh, I can talk for an hour, he says. I'm Jenny Nelson from Senator Sanders' office, and it's been a few years since I've been back here. The last time was when agriculture really was in the foreground, with Pete's Greens being the Small Business Person of the Year. And it is really exciting to be back and know that 5 out of 6 businesses are owned and run by women. I think it's great. That's really wonderful. And when Jeff Munger was kind of recognized as Bernie's business staff person, and I've been kind of the rural development, economic development, community development, and ag person. So I'm stepping into the shoes of where Jeff would be tonight since he's retired. Well-deserved retirement, by the way. But anyway, just let me say that when I kind of reviewed the businesses, the one thing that I saw that stood out in every instance was the fact that folks that do well in business recognize the importance of quality service, dependable employees that they cherish and treat well, and quality workmanship. And that's certainly apparent, and it's such a wonderful variety of businesses, from windows to granola bars, and precision tools. You know, that's heavy-duty stuff. And there's nothing I enjoy more than going to a real factory where there's stuff being made. And that's what we're missing so much in the United States now. We've lost, I think Bernie says, 60,000 manufacturing plants in this country. And so when you can see things that are being built and grown, and especially right in our own state, to know that we can be more and more self-sufficient, the better it is. So congratulations to the winners, and my best to everyone here. It's good to get back in touch with John and Darcy. I haven't seen them for a few years. So anyway, if there's anything our office can do, I'm right here. Just talk to me. And again, thank you.
Good evening. Congressman Welch regrets that he can't be here this evening to share in the celebration of Vermont small business. He'd be thrilled to see the turnout and the enthusiasm in this room. Like all of you, the Congressman is passionate about small business, from his advocacy for manufacturers, like our winner tonight, by sponsoring the Manufacturing Reinvestment Account Act, which will allow manufacturers to establish tax-free manufacturing reinvestment accounts to assist them in providing for new equipment, facilities, and workforce training, to his dedication in getting out in Vermont almost weekly when he is home from DC and meeting with small business owners to hear their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs. Vermont's small businesses are a key factor in what make this state so special. All of tonight's winners have worked tirelessly to make the best products and provide the best customer service to their customers. I can attest to both of these points as both a frequent eater of Owl energy bars on top of Vermont's mountains, to exclusively going to Auto Craftsman when I used to work in Montpelier. These are Vermont small businesses treat their employees like family and are an integral part of our community. These are attributes we can see in the story of tonight's honoree, Monica Green. In fact, one of my first experiences working for Congressman Welch, I was able to see Monica get a different award related to her community work. I was attending the Franklin County Industrial Corporation's annual meeting in 2012. I happened to sit next to Monica at the event, and I remember us casually chatting over lunch about our kids. At the meeting, Tim Smith, the RDC, gave out FCIDC's annual Outstanding Community Service Award to an undisclosed audience member. Tim spoke for what seemed like 10 minutes about the various ways that evening's winners worked in their community to support its health and growth. I thought at the time how great it was that someone there had done so much work for their community, and that when I retire and my son grows up, I hope I can be that involved in my community. Then the winner was announced, and it was Monica, who had children, was a mother, and was owner of a great business in Vermont. Move over, Nancy Drew, I have a new role model. Early the next year, I had the opportunity to visit Vermont Precision Tool with Congressman Welch. It was my first visit there, but not his, and I remember him talking to me on the way into the building about what a vital business this was to the community and how inspiring Monica was as a business owner. When we met Monica and her team, it was clear that this was an owner who cared as much about her employees and her business as she did about her community. That's why it came to no surprise to all of us that Monica had been picked as this year's SBA Business Person of the Year. Congressman Welch has written to all of tonight's winners personally to share his congratulations, but he asked me to share with all of you his praise for these businesses' owners and for all the great work they do and the jobs they provide to our communities. Congressman Welch also sends his appreciation to Darcy and her incredible team at the SBA and John with Vermont Business Magazine for all your work to not only assist and mentor, but also to acknowledge and celebrate the great small businesses of Vermont. Congratulations and have a great evening.
Thank you, Chris, Jenny, and Megan. And now I have to drag this out. The governor's still not here. No. It's my great pleasure right now to introduce Tyler Green, the son of Monica Green, who will introduce a special video made for tonight's event. Tyler?
Good evening, and thank you for attending tonight's ceremony to celebrate this award and one of the most intelligent, dedicated, and beautiful people I know, my mother. I'm a very proud son today. I always knew I wanted to work in the family business, and a big reason for that was the passion that I see in her. As a family-owned business, we do take a lot of pride in being dedicated to our team and to our customers. That dedication starts at the top down and is felt throughout the entire company. So we put a short video together to demonstrate that and to spotlight how unique we really are.
First 6 months of working here, and I was invited to a team leader meeting just to take notes and observe, just to kind of watch how it went. I got in there, and the rest of the team leaders were in there too, and they're all big, burly, guys, and then my mother walks in, and you just see them all kind of straight up, and that's when I really understood how much respect that they all have for her.
BPT is headquartered in Swanton, Vermont, so we've always felt a sense of loyalty, a sense of belonging.
With the people here, that's what makes a business. I mean, it started with an idea, but it grew into this because of the people that were here. That's what makes us special.
They have passion when they come to work, that they feel valued, and they can get a sense that they are contributing to the bigger picture.
We're all very proud of what we do. That's what keeps us going. We like who we're working for. We like what we do. We take a lot of pride in it.
We built this business with exceptional quality and exceptional customer service.
Quality we deserve. That's one of the things that we thrive on. When a customer gets our product, they should feel comfortable knowing that they have the best quality that they can get anywhere.
We need to look at how we do business so that we give that to our customers, we give that to our people, to our suppliers.
Receiving the SBA Small Business Person of the Year is a huge honor. It's humbling when you look at the number of small businesses, and I have a lot of respect for other companies doing great things. It's part of a motivation for us to do better.
It's a great honor for her, and obviously there's nobody else that deserves that more than her.
She's an amazing woman. I don't think this company could be where it was, even when my father was started without her.
I've seen some of the sacrifices that she's made both here and outside of work to be at the top of her game, to know everything that's going on, and to plan for the future for this company. And on top of that, it's a great recognition for everybody from customer service to manufacturing, the whole team here.
I believe that we are still just beginning our journey. We have large expectations to grow the company beyond where we are today.
I've seen this company grow from 18 employees, which I was the 18th one, to over 300 now. And at the rate that we're growing, I don't think there's anything that can stop us at this point.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. I would like to first give a big thank you to Hen House Media, who is here tonight, for helping us make this video and help illustrate our story. The next person that I'd like to introduce has a unique insight to the Small Business Person of the Year. Uncle Dave has been there since the beginning, and he's taught us a lot about where we started and how far we've come. So please welcome Dave LeDuc.
Good evening. Thank you very much for coming to acknowledge the great accomplishments of all these companies. I have a little story for you, and it's kind of from my perspective, and I'll tell you right up front, I'm biased. You guys may have the best staff, but we got the best boss. Once upon a time in northern Vermont, two guys had a dream. They were Norm LeDuc and Raymond Boutin, and they wanted to own their own business. They both worked at the same manufacturing company in Winooski, and frankly, they thought they could do a much better job. So they took the leap of faith and started Vermont Precision Tools. That was 47 years ago. Times were tough. They had growing families, 13 children between the two of them, so they didn't always work, but... They had huge mortgages, and they borrowed money from anybody that would lend them some. But they did start their own business. With blood, sweat, and tears, and lots of hard work, they moved forward. Every passing year brought more opportunities and more growing pains. Both families sacrificed and helped any way they could. It was not even a question. It was just what they did. In the early 80s, Vermont Precision Tools formed Vermont Gauge. It was a fixed limit gauge manufacturing, and it opened up a whole new customer base for us. After high school, Monica went on to college and graduated with a degree in accounting. But all along the way, she was keenly interested in the family business and did her share to help the ever-growing company. I'm sure there were times when it was not her first choice. She worked for the company all through her college years, and in the summer of 1985, she joined the small group of full-time employees. In no time at all, it became very apparent that she had the knowledge and insight to advise the company of the correct financial direction to take. It was always quite interesting to listen to conversations between her and her father on how to spend the money, or in some cases, save the money. And we were growing every year, and quite often it seemed overwhelming. We would seek her financial wisdom on how to acquire the machinery and equipment we needed, but we were sure we could not afford. She would always seem to find a way. We continued. We would just get settled into a new building, only to find that we needed to expand, and then another new building, and then another expansion. In 1996, Norm's partner retired, and 3 individuals were invited to become partners with Norm and have actual stake in the business. Monica was one of them. At this point, she became the CFO of the small multi-million-dollar manufacturing company. She expanded her knowledge and helped out in more ways than just the accounting side. She helped develop the human resources department, aided with safety and environmental issues, but always had a curious interest in the manufacturing side of the products we sold. We started manufacturing an additional type of fixed limit gauge, resulting in a manufacturing plant in Colorado. Unfortunately, we found out there was a lack of expertise in that part of the country. But that was not going to stop us. We knew that our competition was located in Kentucky, so we chose to move the Colorado facility to their backyard and immediately realized it was the right move. We were now on our way to becoming the largest fixed limit gauge company in the USA. In 2003, we moved into our current building in Swanton, allowing us to continue to grow. As time went by and with some ownership changes, and sadly, with the passing of her father, Monica was faced with a daunting task of leading the company forward alone. She was well aware of how we got to that point, but realized that it could not be business as usual. The company needed a culture change. She surrounded herself with expertise from outside of the company and led by the example that we need to change the way we have been doing things. What we knew got us here, but to go where we wanted to, we could not do the same thing. Changing the way things have been done for 40 years seemed impossible. But with her positive encouragement and gentle push, sometimes not so gentle, we started to see what she was talking about. The past 2 years have been some of the biggest changes in the last 47 years. She is a confident, well-informed, and highly educated leader with good street smarts and a lot of experience. She holds on to the core values of customers want: quality, delivery, and a good value, but never at a cost to our employees. It is not uncommon to see her on the shop floor discussing specific issues with employees. She does not hide behind her office door. In fact, it's common knowledge that anyone can go to her if they feel it's needed. That's just the way it is with her. She still believes it's a family business, but nowadays the family is 300 strong. There is a huge responsibility to people who work for a company, and she certainly does not take that lightly. A lot of people depend on Vermont Precision Tools, and now many of our employees have children working there also. She actually knows almost everybody by first name. It's obvious she truly cares about the people. With Monica at the helm, we have now, in fact, become the largest fixed limit gauge manufacturing company in the United States of America. Our gauges are used all over the world. Not too bad for two Vermont boys with a dream. In her spare time, she's always reading books on business and leadership, or researching safety and environmental issues, and looking into what the future might look like in our industry. And sometimes she will hand a book to a member of the management team and say, "You need to read this." She is also active in many organizations. On a local level, auditor for the town of Alberg, member of the Alberg Industrial Development Corporation, Alberg Revitalization Committee, FCIDC, Northwest Medical Center, Tim's House, executive leadership team for the American Heart Association, and on a national level, she is on the board of directors for the American Measuring Tool Manufacturers Association. She was selected to join the Women Industrial Supply Executives, is an exclusive group within the Industrial Supply Association, and is comprised of accomplished and influential women. There is a song by the Beatles some of you may remember. It hit our country in 1965. I think it best describes Monica's drive and dedication to Vermont Precision Tools. It is called 8 Days a Week. I know that Norm and Cecile look down from heaven and are so proud of her for not only following the dream, but making it bigger and better than anyone ever expected. We all sleep better knowing that Monica is steering the ship. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave, for that insight into Monica. I neglected to say on each chair was an issue of Vermont Business Magazine's June issue, and in that is the SBA program. And I was going to, while we were waiting for the governor, but I see he's here, I'm going to have you all read it while we waited. Because I did want to quiz you, but I won't do that now. It is my great pleasure now to introduce to you the governor of the state of Vermont, Governor Peter Shumlin.
Hey, thank you, John. You know, John could sell anything, right? I mean, how many times have you had to read the Vermont Magazine tonight while you've been here? Was that your 15th reading, right? I'm really sorry I'm a little late. I was out on a lake seeing if I could find those damn convicts that are floating around out there somewhere. But how many? I haven't found them yet, but I've got my headlamp that I use for cross-country skiing and my fatigues, and I intend to. Hey, Monica, what a great uncle. Huh? Is that your uncle? Seriously? What a great guy. He knows you pretty well, huh? Congratulations. We are so proud of you, and I'm so proud to be here just to honor you. I hope do I get to give the award, John? Yes, you do. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. And I just want to say to the entire family, you have an extraordinary achievement. And let me first say, before I go to Monica and her team, to all the other awardees, have you already done all the other awards? Way to go. Okay, I'm just making sure. Just making sure you've done your job. I want to say to all the other awardees, congratulations. You make me proud. You make Vermont proud. I'm really proud that of the awardees tonight, we have 5 companies run by women. We need more women running companies, creating jobs in Vermont. And we should be proud that we have so many female entrepreneurs creating jobs, making this a better place to live, work, and to do business. So congratulations. And we could use a few more women in my vocation, too. It's time we had, it's been 30 years since we had a woman governor. Until last week, I used to say we must have a woman governor, but not too soon. I'm ready. I just want to say that as a kid who was born and raised in this state, first governor in many, many years that actually grew up here, and like the entrepreneurs in this room, I get it from my heart. The most important thing and the most exciting thing to be is a Vermont business owner. And I bet Monica and all the awardees would agree with this, because we have the most dedicated, innovative workforce that you can find anywhere in America, full stop. And that is what makes Vermont such a great place to do business. So to all the employees that help make these awardees famous tonight, and to help them meet their bottom lines and grow, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for helping to support the team that makes it really happen. Vermont Precision Tools is not unlike many Vermont companies. Family business. Monica's dad was involved, right, with the founding of it. It was a teeny little company, and they had an idea. That's true with the company that I ran for many years, too. My mom and dad had an idea. And, you know, it's a struggle in the beginning, but you start out small. Then the kids take over, and things can really happen. And in this case, Monica has led this company with extraordinary skill. And look at the numbers. I mean, they had very few employees, obviously, in 1968 when her dad and a partner got an idea. They built it up. Now they have 300 employees. That's a big deal. That's a lot of employees. 300 employees. 200 were added since 2004. So just think about that. In the last 11 years, they've added 200 employees. I've been to their facility. It's remarkable. As you know, they had a number of locations. They've consolidated into one. It's a state-of-the-art, energy-efficient facility, 90,000 square feet, and continuing to grow and prosper and create jobs and economic opportunity for Vermonters. The company has really dedicated workers. They also are incredibly generous. And Monica and her team have given and supported so many nonprofit causes that really make a difference for their community and for our Vermont community. They've been a huge voice for the Helping Hand organizations like groups like Voices Against Violence, the Franklin County Humane Society, and so many other organizations. So I just want to say what is best about being governor is being in a state where small businesses drive our economy. Not just Vermont Precision, but every single awardee tonight drives this economy. Remember that 80% of the jobs created in Vermont are from small business. Anyone who thinks that the main driver is the big employers that we all hear about, they're incredibly important. We don't want to diminish them. But it's people like Monica and all the entrepreneurs that hire 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 300 employees that where the bulk of our jobs are, where our prosperity comes from. Because of their good work, we're making real progress. And I can tell you, 4.5 years ago, when I had the privilege of being elected governor in this state, employers were telling me a very different story than they are today. We were coming out of a terrible recession. Things were incredibly painful. Most employers were either contracting or actually downsizing, laying off. We had high unemployment numbers. Today, because of the people in this room and some who aren't here, we're making real progress. We now have the 4th lowest unemployment rate in America. We've got the lowest unemployment rate this side of the Mississippi. And now our big challenge is training enough folks to do the jobs that we have. There's no one who does that better than Monica and her team. So bringing people into the workforce who otherwise might not be there, getting them trained, partnering with lots of people, including Department of Labor, to get them off to a stronger start, starting them at a good wage and raising them to higher wages as they become more productive in the company, and a great story that I think is going to serve Vermont for a long, long time. The best story about Monica's business is that many of her competitors are moving to China, to India, to other offshores. What Monica proves every single day is that with innovation, with hardworking workforce, and with a commitment to the Green Mountain State, you can create, prosper, and do your jobs right here at home and still make a profit. So congratulations, Monica. You deserve this award. We're proud of you, and you make all of Vermont proud. Thank you. So come on over. I'm going to present this award to you, Monica. Congratulations for winning this, and we hope that you'll be creating many, many jobs going forward. We love that you're a Vermonter.
Thank
Here
you.
you go.
Thank you very much.
You happy?
Photographer or me?
No, I'm asking the photographer. I knew you were.
Thank you.
You want to say a few words?
I've
Take it away.
got a few words, definitely.
I give you Monica.
So, thank you.
Give her a hand.
Thank you. It's hard to come up after all that and feel like I've got my thoughts collected, but I definitely have some notes, so bear with me as I kind of go through this. There are definitely people that I want to acknowledge and thank as part of this award. I could certainly stand here, and my employees will get this when I say it really is about me. Thank you. Everything the governor said was true. So please take that home, spread the rumor around the shop that I'm such a great boss and got it under control. You don't have to worry. If that were the case, that'd be wonderful, but it is not. But first of all, I want to say thank Darcy Carter, number one, my SBA champion. Darcy and Dan have been there since the first nomination. John and Katie from Vermont Business Magazine have stayed close by me through the process of getting here, so I appreciate the help. And Katie for getting a picture that is now everywhere. And my employees are done with the picture as well, but thank you. And again, congratulations to all the previous winners. There is a great group of business owners that were acknowledged tonight, and we learn from each other. So whether they're a single employee or they have 300 employees, there's a lot to learn from one another. So I'm very proud to see the other women in there, and certainly from a woman-owned business, we are certified women-owned now, and we're also clearly a family-owned business. What you just saw in terms of having my son come up and Uncle David, that is essentially who we are and how we got to be the business that we are today. So it's very much about family and understanding what we learned with the family foundation, and try and convey that to the rest of the team members. So we are 200 in our Swanton plant. We have 135 in our Franklin, Kentucky plant, and 5 new employees in St. Johnsbury because we've opened up a third plant. And certainly learning on how we got to this point, having the 3 employees, having Ray and Norm, which we affectionately call our owners Ray and Norm, and our people know who they are, but starting with a simple concept of 3 people. It was Norm, Ray, and it started with Uncle David, and then my grandmother, and then my mother, and then a couple of employees, and some of their relatives, and so on and so forth. There were 13 children, so there was a small workforce, and I know if there's nobody here from Department of Labor, I will say that, we did provide a little help. And we pick on this, and one of Ray's daughters are here. Nicole Booten has been with us, and she is Ray's daughter, and we pick on each other a little bit. My father was the front of the house, so he was the sales guy, administration. Hers was the manufacturing guy. And so in terms of the work that went home to the children, we got sort of the work we could do in front of the TV with the inserts and administrative. The Booten children got the straightening in the basement, and so in terms of preferred work, we definitely had an advantage there. But essentially, again, the family dynamic, and Kelly, you can probably attest to this, it's not one that comes easily. So if you can understand how over 47 years we've gone from Ray and Norm, had more stockholders in terms of Richard Paquette, Dave, and myself, and then have brothers and sisters. My oldest brother is now a value stream manager, was an information systems director. He has become more wise and more insightful and has been part of the business many years. My sister Suzanne, nobody more loyal or dedicated, not a single person that can outpace her in terms of work on a day-to-day basis. Brother-in-law, uncle, my son, a nephew. We've got family throughout the company, and as I think Dave mentioned, we have first-generation employees who are bringing their children in. There's many situations where we'll find some of our operators have their sons, daughters, brothers, sisters working for us now. And some would frown on that, but they are some of, again, the hardest working employees. The best employees, if you will, Kelly, Dawn, and Amy. So I will have to argue that fact as well. But we've come a long way. As David said, there was a transition when Norm passed. It was a difficult time in 2009, which is probably where the biggest transition took place. Economically, or what was happening in the marketplace, it was a tough year for everybody. I think we all remember 2009 pretty well. We were struggling to hit 18 million. My dad had passed away, so I was stepping up to take the lead. And you've got somebody who was in charge of a business for 40 years with long-term employees who are looking to somebody for that leadership, and now they're looking to his daughter. A little bit untested, and I will say that was probably one of the turning points for me, because my staff, the management team, the employees, everybody stood up and said, we will follow you. We love this company. We love who we work for as a family. So we are behind you 100%. And many of them are here today. They went through that struggle. We struggled to make 18 million then. Today, we're closing our books last year at 33 million. We have, again, an additional couple hundred employees than we had a decade ago. With expansion of product lines. We are sought out after or by some very heavyweight healthcare firms. We add on average 2 customers a week to our database. So we've got a great product line, based the company on quality from day one, and we've stayed focused on that. And again, it comes back down to the staff. It's the people, the work ethic. We can train people, but they have to have some inherent ability, the willingness to learn and to follow. I have many members from VPT here today, and I would like you guys to step forward or stand up if you would, to be recognized. These are members of. Please don't leave me hanging here. I do have people here. So they deserve the credit. I am clearly very privileged to lead this group of people. They're creative, they're innovative, they're loyal, they're dedicated. Whether it's a new product line, if it's a new customer coming on board, they get to have their say. They're engaged now. They're teaching their employees to speak up. They're encouraging a different culture so that we can now use the 200 people to align ourselves to success and growth compared to just one. So it really is all about them. And I'll say, coming back to family, just to close out, they are family, but my family is clearly, there's something special there. We've figured it out. I don't have the golden egg, if you will. I don't have, if I could, I'd write a book on how to deal with a family and run a family business, but we figured out how to maneuver the pitfalls. We've stayed very close as a family. So again, Chris and Suzanne, you've been by my side, so thank you very much. Thank you. Never feels like quite enough in terms of being there through the whole thing. The Green family, thank you again for being here to celebrate with me and to always be there for me. We have a lot of associates here and a lot to thank that are not employees, but they feel like it sometimes because they've been around for a while. Dana Cattell, Joe Cahill, Tim Smith are people in Franklin County that have been by my side and supported me and helped guide our growth. We also have People's United. There's a number of you here tonight that have worked with us. VITA, VMAC, these guys have been with us. They've given us the support, the financing when we need it for our growth. And then there's other smaller community partners. NMC is here. We have a health and wellness program that we have for our employees. We have great people supporting us there. So it's with everybody's support that we were able to attain this kind of growth and have this success. And then personal note, so bear with me. So you can just kind of block this out if you need to, but my kids, thank you for putting up with me. VPT's been like that child that needs all the attention. So sometimes they go and have to wait or stand in line, but they've been very understanding. They've had great referrals. Their friends have made good employees, so thank you very much. That's worked out really well. And you've met Tyler now, the third generation of VPT, soon to be. There's great instincts and great ability there, so just watch for the future story for Tyler. And then my husband, over there in the corner. Yes, thank you. My better half. There's many nights I come home and he asks me how my day is, but doesn't really want to hear. But he will give me 5 minutes before the news comes on, and so I have my say. But he gives me strength. We help each other. And again, on a personal note, we're hitting our 30th anniversary, so happy anniversary. So, John, if you want to jump in.
Thank you, Monica. Great story. Congratulations to you and all the other winners. That concludes the ceremony part of the evening. We do have dessert outside. If I could ask all the winners, the governor, the congressional delegates, if you could go outside to over by the boat for a group picture. It will be on the Vermont Business Magazine's website under the SBA event, and we will also be posting pictures that Nino's been taking all evening. So there'll be a lot of great pictures on the website as well. So thank you all for coming, and have a good evening.